Who's at the PETROPORT near Pumulani Plaza in Pretoria. SIPHO, thanks very much for joining us. Give us an update on the flow of traffic there.
All right, well, a very good afternoon to you, Peter, and our viewers at home. You're quite correct. We are at PETROPORT, which is near the Pumulani Plaza here on the N1. Now, the significance of PETROPORT is that this is where motorists come to recharge and fill up their vehicles. Now, you know that fatigue contributes to a lot of road fatalities, so it's quite important that motorists would then come here and recharge their batteries, so to speak. But for a more national picture, actually, as the camera pans to show you some of those motorists that are getting in and out of there, going to the shops to buy those drinks. As I mentioned to you, fatigue is always one of the contributing factors to road fatalities. We know that in 2017, the stats were quite high, especially for Easter, they were at 230. Now we are speaking with the Traffic Road Management Corporation, RTMC spokesperson, Simon Zwane, just to get a bit of a national picture. Sir, thank you for your time, and just talk to us, how are the roads looking? And let's start here on the N1 where we are. What's the situation here?
Yeah, the roads are very busy at the moment. There is a big backlog in Polokwane. There are still many people trying to get out of Polokwane to get onto the N1 and come here. And already here in Pumulani, we're seeing vehicles reaching 1,000 and more an hour. And the N3, we had experienced earlier on a blockade in Moe River, but traffic is now flowing freely. We are relieved to see that there are 1,500 vehicles getting into Gauteng, the last toll gate into Gauteng this hour. So that means those people have managed to travel safely. We're hoping that that backlog also that was created by that blockade earlier on will be cleared. And early in the evening, we should be seeing that the situation gets back to normal.
Now, just talk to us as road officials. What are some of the problems you've been experiencing on the road? Situations such as drunk driving and speeding. Just give us a picture about that.
Yes, we have seen speeding is a big problem. There was someone arrested for driving at 212 kilometers an hour on the N1 in the Free State. There's still a lot of drunk driving, particularly within residential areas. We're seeing a lot of pedestrians being knocked down by vehicles within the residential areas, but there are also people who are driving without wearing their seat belts, and that remains a big concern.
And let's actually get into that pedestrian concern. We know that during festive season stats that were announced early in January, that pedestrians were the highest people that were part of the casualties there. So they were the highest killed group. Pedestrians. So it seems as if pedestrians are a growing concern for road authorities. Talk to us about that.
Yes, pedestrians are a growing concern, but it so is inconsiderate driver behavior, particularly when people are driving in build-up areas where there are many pedestrians around. So there are people who are driving in these areas under the influence of alcohol, driving recklessly, and therefore knocking down pedestrians. All of these need to be addressed. People must take responsibility for how they drive within residential areas, and pedestrians must take responsibility to make sure that they are visible at all times and that they are not distracted whenever they are using the roads.
I hear that you're saying that some of the drivers, of course, are inconsiderate. They're driving fast at residential areas. But surely pedestrians have to take responsibility for themselves as well here.
Yes, that's why we're saying pedestrians must make sure that they are alert at all times. They are not listening to their music while walking next to busy roads. They are not under the influence of alcohol. When walking at night, they're wearing bright clothes and they can be visible to motorists.
It's quite interesting. Just before we came to do this crossing, there were pedestrians trying to cross the N1 as we were standing here, which tells you the extent of the problem. But can you just give us then a national trends? Like, I know that the stats last year for Easter were at 250. So what is the trend? Is the picture looking good, or what's happening? I know you can't reveal the stats right now, probably you don't have them, but just give us the trends that are coming through.
Well, the trends are indicating that we are seeing vehicles, single vehicles that are getting involved in collisions and killing many people. And an abnormality that we have seen, this is collision with more than one pedestrian, where like 5 pedestrians have done it in one incident. We've never seen that before. And accidents have happened on routes that are normally not very busy and that are not high accident routes. And those are the trends that we are seeing at the moment.
So thank you very much, RTMC spokesperson Simon Zwane, telling us that, well, at this stage, the trends are not looking good. Remember that in 2017, the death toll for Easter was standing at around 250. And obviously officials were aiming, to decrease that number significantly, considering that in 2016, it was at 150. So the numbers have been on an upward trend, and it does not seem like that's likely to change this year. But of course, shall wait and see when those statistics do come through. But for now, here at Petroport near the Pumulani Plaza, that's all we have for you right now. Traffic is flowing, as he says, that about 1,500 vehicles per hour that are coming through here on the N1, and we're going to continue to monitor that for you as obviously motorists are driving back home. Peter, it's back to you.
Thanks very much indeed, Pumulani. He's enjoying some good weather at the moment, not so much for Aphumelele, who's at the Maseru border with South Africa. But let's find out from Sibesihle right now what kind of weather we can expect for the rest of tonight and perhaps looking into tomorrow.